Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Lanky Beat Show. We've got the magic of the presence of the Monkey Men. We are on the Chinese Year of the Monkey. So how appropriate is it to have a visit from the Monkey Men? But meanwhile, let's take a little bit of rock and roll. Don't we just love it? I'm loving that. Sixth Generation. Where and who else can you imagine that would come from? Super duper track from their LP and CD. And we love opening the show with something like that. Okay, we had Paul and, or rather we had John Cross in last show. And he introduced us to a lot of different things, including he had with him his son Jack, and he also has another son who barely got a mention, and the other son, his name is Paul. That's why I stumbled at the beginning. He is a little bit of a musician and drummer, and the guy started to play in his He wasn't even in his teens when he started. I'm not quite sure when, but he certainly was very, very young when he started to play the drums. And John put a band around him, called it Rave On, and put Paul on vocals. And he played the drums and played vocals, and he was barely in his teen years. And this is a track I want you to listen to very carefully, because this little young man has gone on to become a professional drummer. Listen up to Rave On.
A trip around the world, hey, hey. Bop shoo bop 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 shoo bop. Hey, hey. Bop shoo bop 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 shoo bop. Hey, hey. Bop shoo bop 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 shoo bop. Bop shoo bop. My girl says when I kiss her lips, gets a thrill to her fingertips, hey, hey. Bop shoo bop 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 shoo bop. Hey, hey. Bop shoo bop 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 shoo bop. Hey, hey. Bop shoo bop 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 shoo bop. Don't you know I'm in, boy? Yeah, yeah, boy. What I'm talking about, boy? Yeah, yeah, boy. Yeah, I'm talking about, boy. Yeah, yeah, boy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, boy. What I'm talking about, boy. Yeah, yeah, boy. What a wondrous joy. Yeah, yeah, boy. Gets a thrill to her fingertips, hey, hey. Bop shoo bop 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 shoo bop. Hey, hey. Bop shoo bop 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 shoo bop. Hey, hey. Bop shoo bop 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 shoo bop. Bop shoo bop. Don't you know I'm in, boy? Yeah, yeah, boy. What I'm talking about, boy? Yeah, yeah, boy. Oh, I'm talking about, boy. Yeah, yeah, boy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, boy. What I'm talking about, boy. Yeah, yeah, boy. What a wondrous joy. Don't you know I'm in, boy? Yeah, yeah, boy. What I'm talking about, boy. Yeah, yeah, boy. Yeah, I'm talking about, boy. Yeah, yeah, boy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, boy. What I'm talking about, boy. Yeah, yeah, boy. What a wondrous joy. Yeah, yeah, boy.
We're the sixth generation, and we love Lanky Land.
Of course we do. We all love Lanky Land, and we love Lanky Beat too, don't we, Diane? Diane's here again as usual, and a big hello to you, Diane.
Hi Bill, how are you?
I'm doing great. We're here again, doing it all over again, putting the Red Rose County of Lancashire on the world rock and roll map.
Well, it's fun, isn't it?
Of course it is.
I've got all these dials in front of me. I just press anything and see what happens.
I know. And all the music you'll be listening to this the coming hour and a quarter. Oh, yeah, we've got an hour and we've got an hour and 3/4.
Yeah, but we're on here till round about 8 o'clock with this show. Then you've got your own show afterwards.
Then we'll close this show down, have a 15-minute break, and have a little trot to you know where little lads go, and then come back and we'll do a Lanky Beat show extra. That's what we'll do tonight. And I'm putting a little bit more pressure on Diane to keep me in line, because I'm very bad at what I'm doing. You don't realise how bad she gets.
You won't believe how often he turns his head away from the microphone.
I know. I can't get used to it. Anyway, we're going to have to. Anyway, that particular track was, as you know, done by Rave On, and John Cross, his son Paul Cross, was featured as a very young guy. Paul is in now his mid-20s. It's touring all over Europe with a band. I think they're called Tequila Mockingbird. They were last time. There's a play on words in there. Tequila Mockingbird. Anyway, we won't go there. But anyway, he's doing awfully well as a professional musician, and good luck to him. Now, featured on that particular track also was a guy called Kenny Fillingham, And Kenny was a big shot in the Beat Boys many moons ago. Now, the Beat Boys were probably the best band ever around the Wigan area in the 60s. There was nobody to really touch them. And Kenny was lead guitarist in that particular band. Sadly, he's no longer with us, but I just thought I'd mention the fact that he played on that track. And we'll be hearing a little bit more from that particular CD a little bit later on when we come back with the Lanky Beat Show. But meanwhile, we've got the next track all lined up for you. And Rob Shenton, he's a guy who comes from Preston and now lives in the southern shires down around London way, and does a lot of performing down there. And apart from a band called Strangers and Ian John and the Mood, he's playing in Rob Shenton and the Shentones. And this is what you've got now. I'm a hog for you, baby.
I'm a hog for you, baby. Can't get enough of your love. I'm a hog for you, baby. Can't get enough of your love. When I go to sleep at night, that's the only thing I'm thinking of. One little piggy went to London. One piggy went to Hong Kong. But this little piggy coming over your house, he gonna love you all night long. 'Cause I'm a hog for you, baby. I can't get enough of your love. When I go to sleep at night, that's the only thing I'm thinking of. One little piggy ate a pizza. One piggy ate potato chips. But this little piggy coming over your house, he gonna kiss your sweet lips. 'Cause I'm a hog for you, baby. I can't get enough of your love. When I go to sleep at night, that's the only thing I'm thinking of. Skin the cat, baby. Woo. One little piggy went to London. One piggy went to Hong Kong. This little piggy coming over your house, he gonna love you all night long. 'Cause I'm a hog for you, baby. Can't get enough of your love. When I go to sleep at night, that's the only thing I'm thinking of. When I go to sleep at night, that's the only thing I'm thinking of. When I go to sleep at night, that's the only thing I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Okay, let's move it on, and we'll get straight into Jerry Sandon. Why not? No? Have we not got that? Bringing you the sounds of the Lanky Beat Show, and
I love it when
we've
things
fouled
like
up.
this happen.
We've fouled up again.
We love it when things like this happen, don't we?
We do, don't we? Don't we?
Let's see if we can get something to
Let's
work.
see if we can get something out of this. And but meanwhile, we've got lining up here. We've got Sam Blurton, Dave Cotton, and another guy whose name I'm not quite sure of yet. We've not kind of quite got them in the studio just yet. But when we do, they are the Monkey Men. And I think we're in for a really good treat. And he's brought his guitar as well. And we're not...
It's not playing.
We're not getting much out of that at all, are we?
What we'll do, we'll
yeah.
shoot it. We'll try this.
Yeah.
We'll try something out and see if it's going to work.
All right. Okay.
But I've got a big hammer. I've got a chisel handy.
Yeah. Well,
So I can get the hammer and chisel to work together. We might get something working. What do you think?
Yeah. Well.
So let's press a few buttons, whinge and moan a bit, and then we'll push this slider up and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And hopefully it will work. Otherwise, we'll know all about it, won't we?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean.
That'd take two. Let's go for it.
Yes, my darling, I've been told I don't care just what they say, 'cause forever I will parade. You and I will be as free as the birds are in the trees. Oh, please stay by me, Diana. Thrills I get when you hold me close. Oh, my darling, you're the most. I love you, but do you love me? Oh, Diana, can't you see? I love you with all my heart, and I hope we will never part. Oh, please stay by me, Diana. Oh, my darling, oh, my lover, tell me that there is no other. I love you with all my heart. Oh, 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 oh. Only you can break my heart. Only you can tear it apart. When you hold me in your loving arms, I can feel you giving all your charms. Hold me, darling, but hold me tight. Squeeze me, baby, with all of your might. Oh, please stay by me, Diana. Oh, my darling, oh, my lover, tell me that there is no other. I love you with all of my heart. Oh, 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 oh. Only you can break my heart. Only you can tear it apart. When you hold me in your loving arms, I can feel you giving all your charms. Hold me, darling, but hold me tight. Squeeze me, baby, with all of your might. Oh, please stay by me, Diana. Oh, please, Diana. Stay by me, Diana.
Jerry Sandon there. He does a lot at Lanky Cats, doesn't he, Diane? I mean, he does comparing for us. He plays in different bands.
He plays bass,
He
guitar,
plays bass guitar. He
bass,
plays bass.
B-A-S-S.
B-A-S-S.
It's bass, isn't it?
Diane's been learning bass, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been having a go at the bass.
Yeah. And how you doing with it?
I've learned one song up to now.
Really?
Yeah, it's got 4 notes in it.
4 notes in it. Well, you're lucky. That's 4 more than I know.
Well, it's that you two one with or without you.
Yeah, yeah.
So we are trying.
It is nice to have a go. I think that's the important thing.
Well, I'm all right on keyboards.
Yeah.
I've done a lot on keyboards over these in bands and
Yeah.
everything. But I want to move on to something else.
Oh.
I crack the drums, I crack
Yeah.
the keyboards, I want to crack,
Yeah.
crack bass. Now, I can't do guitar.
Yeah.
I give in with guitar. But bass seems I can handle it.
Yeah. Well, we've got a good couple of guitarists here, haven't we, tonight with us?
Yeah, well, I'm going on YouTube. I'm going to try and find somebody who can teach me.
Right. Right.
They've got plenty of patience.
Yeah.
And they have earplugs for their ears when I lose
Right.
it.
Any offers from around here? The company we've just...
Absolutely none.
We've got with us the Monkey Men. Say hello, the Monkey Men. Hey! Right, okay. Love it, you guys turning up like this in our tiny little studio. There's 3 of them coming tonight. Well, no, 2.5 we've got coming tonight because one of them absolutely cropped. We'll get to talk to him in a minute. We've got Dave Cotton, we've got Alan Trevelyan, and we've got Sam Blurton. And Sam, you tell me all about your, I know you go back a long, long way, rock and roll wise. You go back almost as far as me. But I want to know what this band called the Monkey Men was all about, and how did you get it together and call yourselves the Monkey Men?
Okay, well, first of all, I just straighten you up, I'm the youngest member of this band. I am the baby of the Monkey Men.
Yeah, yeah.
So, let's keep that thing clear.
Well, there you go.
Once upon a time, this band was called Fish Face and the Monkey Men. You may have heard tell of my mate Stevie Fish, who was in the band. He was a singer-guitarist who found it physically impossible to play the guitar while he sang. So,
Right.
anyway, a good guy, and unfortunately he went and died on me very, very unexpectedly, which was
Right.
pretty rude of him, really.
Yeah.
I've sort of forgiven him.
Not
Sort of
convenient,
forgiven him.
is it?
It's not convenient at all. But Dave was on the kit with us at the time, and my son Fred. And when Fishface sort of zipped away, I had to go and get another proper guitarist in, because my lad went and zipped away as well, but he went off to New Zealand, so
Right.
that was a little bit awkward. But in the wings was a guitarist of some renown from the past, from my past.
Yeah.
Not distant past, I'll add, but from my past.
Yeah.
We'd played together in a number of bands, and that was Mr. Alan Zimmer Trevelyan.
Right.
Zimmer, due to the age of him and his infirmity.
Right. Well, so who else have you got in the band with you? Is it this fella at the side of you as well?
We've got Mr. David Cotton, who's sort of, in reality, was instrumental in getting Fishface and the Monkey Men together, because he was playing drums for a friend of his, just generally knocking around. They were looking for other people to come and play with them, so I was dragged in, and my lad was dragged in, and even Alan came down, but it was just a bit of fun. But, it did turn into Fishface and the Monkey Men eventually, as a sort of semi-gigging band doing a bit of fun, odds and ends here and there.
Yeah.
But it only really took off after Stevie had died, when we got Alan in. And
how long are you talking about? How many years ago are you talking about?
Oh,
Or how many months ago?
It's a couple of years. In fact, it might be 3 years, because time does whip on quite quickly when you least expect it. So I think it's probably 3 years, since we actually got together in this current format.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing we have missing is, and he's not with us tonight, is the bass player.
Right.
You've seen the young lad Ryan, who's played with us on a number of occasions.
Very impressed.
Well, young Ryan was my son's friend.
Yep.
Now, when my son swanned away to New Zealand, we didn't expect to keep him, really.
Yeah.
Being a young lad. But no, he stuck with us through thick and thin. Eventually, he had to move on. Yeah. As young men do. He wanted to join his own band with his own style of young guys' music, which he's doing okay at. But we are, and this is one of those, please, if you'll let us take this opportunity,
go on,
which we thank you for, we are on the lookout for a bass player.
Yeah.
Now, we've some shows coming up, and young Ryan, because he's a good friend of ours, is stepping in to do it. But we are on the lookout for a bass player.
Right. Okay.
We just want somebody to come in, do our show, have a bit of fun, and because it's all about, well, you've seen the show. It's about us having fun, and I think that hopefully that comes across.
Yeah. Well, I might have one or two leads for you later.
Ooh.
You never know. And if you're nice to me tonight, I might give you a couple of telephone numbers.
Oh, providing money doesn't have to change hands, then
yeah, I love it.
We're right on to that.
And what we'll do, that was a nice introduction, that. I like that. So we'll just break the conversation up with a little bit of music now, and put you onto a little band called Tom the Canary. This is 500 Miles.
When I wake up, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who walks along with you. When I get up, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets up next to you. If I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who havering to you. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be a man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your body, burning for the work I do. Yeah, I'll pass on everything along to you. When I tumble, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who tumbles over you. When I go, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who tumbles over you. When I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm lonely, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's lonely without you. When I'm dreaming, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who dreams his dreams with you. When I'm sulking, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who sulks along with you. When I tumble, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who tumbles over you.
Hospital Radio. Your music, your station. With hits of yesterday and today. Wrightington Hospital Radio.
Turn up your radio and tune in that dial. Bill Hart on your radio, you know he's guaranteed to make you smile.
That was Tom de Canary, that, you know, on singing 500 Miles. And guess who was on lead vocal?
Bill.
Bill, a bit more. Bill
Hart.
Bill Hart. You're dead right.
Yeah.
He was on lead vocal.
It's funny that they can sound absolutely brilliant at Lanky Cats, but they don't do a bass through all the tracks. For the last one, they sound terrible on the last track, don't
we'll
they?
have to put that right, that job right then, won't we, Diane, for you?
Yeah.
We'll have to put that right. Any road up, as they say, where I come from. We've got our next guest from the Monkey Men, and his name is Alan Zimmer Trevelyan. Welcome, Alan.
Thank you. Welcome. It's nice to be with you, Bill.
And you. And I can see you've got your arm in a sling. Tell us a little bit about that.
I had a silly accident 12 months ago.
Yeah.
I had the left shoulder operated on, a cuff repair.
Yeah.
Waited for that to fix with the physio.
Yeah.
And then last week I had the right hand cuff repaired.
Right. So it's been a long job.
It has been a long job.
Yeah.
Hopefully over within a few weeks.
Yeah. I mean, you give heart to people who are perhaps listening in the hospitals of Wigan and Wrightington here. You know, when you're in your lowest of your low, you can always come back and tell us what you are looking forward to doing next week for us.
I'm absolutely looking forward to putting the guitar back on.
Yeah.
And strumming my guitar.
Yeah.
Playing music that we play seriously, but we have a good laugh with it.
Absolutely. And you were going to come to Lanky Cats
next week. We were indeed next Thursday.
And you're going to have to pull out, aren't you?
Unfortunately, though, we are.
I know.
I thought they'd allow this off this week, but they said another 2 weeks.
Well, if your consultant says what he says and says don't risk it, he knows what he's talking about before anybody else. So You've got our blessing.
Thank you.
You'll have our blessing,
Thank you.
and you'll be with us in spirit. And I'll find you a brand new date as soon as I can.
Wonderful.
Okay?
That'll be
And it won't
really
be that
nice.
long, I know.
Thank you, Bill.
All right.
That's excellent. Thank
Well,
you.
let's get back to you then, Alan, or Zimmer, as he likes to be known. Or does he like to be known?
He
as
is
that?
the Zimmer.
Does he?
He is the Zimmer.
Definitely.
He is the Zimmer.
Zimmer reminds me of lack of mobility on the legs. That's
Exactly.
what Zimmer
Yeah.
means.
And the rest of his body.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of my musical career in Blackpool.
Yeah.
From the age of 15 in the casino at Blackpool.
Yeah.
7 nights
Yeah.
a week. Very fortunate.
Yeah.
as young
Playing
men,
playing guitar.
7 nights a week in the casino.
Yeah,
and
yeah, lovely.
singing. Very
Blackpool
fortunate.
Casino. I
Yeah,
don't-
the Sands Casino.
Yeah.
North Side Lane. And we
The
were the
Sands Casino.
resident band in those days. There was a lot of professional artists came.
That was just on the Pleasure Land. No,
Just at the behind, yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's
yeah.
right, yeah.
So I was very lucky, really.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
such a young age.
So you were basically doing it professionally then, weren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. Even though
if
we were
you-
learning the trade at the time, we
Yeah.
were more or less.
but you
professional.
and you're doing 7 nights a week.
We
doing
were
that.
indeed, Bill, yeah.
That is graft.
Mm.
That is not unadulterated graft.
For 16-year-olds, it's nothing. You know,
You're dead right. I'm glad you.
more difficult nowadays.
Yeah, yeah. But don't you get your grounding from that kind?
You do
of
indeed. You do.
That kind of. You're
And-
learning
and,
your craft.
You do it light-hearted at the beginning, then you get really serious about your music.
Yeah, yeah.
And the beauty is,
And then you moved on. Obviously, you've got involved with the Monkey Men.
Yes.
How did you manage to
I-
avoid
well-
getting in front of the
well, I first came to Blackburn in 1970s and joined a band called the Blue Star Combo, which was quite a well-known band
Yeah,
in Blackburn.
yeah, right.
Turns out when you get talking, I've played in several bands with Dave over
Right.
the last 20 years.
Right.
And he was the original drummer with the Blue Star Combo, so we've got lots in common.
Yeah.
And through that 20 years as well, I've played in bands with Sam.
Yeah.
So when they came to invite me back, as in their words, they came to dig me up.
Yeah.
Because they needed a vocalist and a guitarist. I couldn't wait, and they've done me a world of good because I'd sort of retired out of it for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah,
And
yeah.
So I'm buzzing again now.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. I can see when you're on stage, you guys, you're coming over so well. It's infectious what comes across. I just remember at your cavern, you know, of all the bands, and I shouldn't say this, but of all the bands, you were the most infectious of all the bands because you were there because you really, really wanted to do it, and it showed. It was amazing afternoon.
Thank
I thought.
you.
Thank you, but we like to do the music correctly, but we like to do it with some fun as well.
Oh, and you do,
So it
and you do.
helps,
You're
yeah.
a delight to have.
Thank you.
On Lanky Cats, you certainly are.
Thank you very much.
And you did us proud at the cavern that particular day.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah. So, what about now then? I'm going to try and move you on a little bit now to perhaps start you off your influences back then. You know, yeah, okay, you went to the Sands, but
Did indeed.
what kind of influences were you?
The influences, to be truthful, was way beyond before the Beatles.
Yep.
We've been at the casino 2 or 3 years before the Beatles came out.
Right.
So we were very influenced with the early rock and roll from America.
Yeah.
Including, you know, all the piano players, not just guitarists.
Yeah.
But then, of course, Cliff and the Shadows, to be truthful.
Yeah.
And people
Yeah.
like, all the early rock and roll bands of England that were trying to copy the Americans.
Yeah, yeah.
It influenced us a lot, really.
Absolutely.
And I moved big style into, we were a Shadows band.
Yeah.
There was no such thing as tribute bands in the 60s, but we were the closest to the Shadows we could try and get
Absolutely.
at 16.
Well, everybody wanted to be a Shadows band, didn't they? I mean, I wanted to be Tony Meehan for a
Yes,
start.
exactly, yeah.
You know, but I could never.
Cliff and the Shadows had a big influence. Plus, as I say, a lot of Shane Fenton and people like that. You know,
Yeah.
the early bands.
Yeah.
Before it moved on after the Beatles.
Well, yeah, Eddie
changed.
moved like a quantum leap,
It did,
didn't
yeah.
he?
Who's Tony Meehan?
Hey?
But it's, I say, it's the influence you can use later.
Yeah.
I'm finding now that I can put a little bit of influence into this band now
Absolutely, absolutely.
from that.
Right, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
Giving us a lovely, lovely insight into how things develop for you. So we'll bring Dave in now.
Thank
Dave
you.
Cotton. Dave is
Hiya, thanks, Phil.
he's the drummer of the band, and we're delighted to have you here, Dave. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, these two have had their go, and
Right.
it's your turn now.
Well, I started off when I was 17
Yeah,
in a band called Midnight Hour,
yeah,
and I still see some of the lads occasionally.
yeah.
After that, I went down the working men's clubs and nightclub scene, and then a few years after that, I met Alan,
Yeah,
and we had a band called Smiley, which
yeah.
was very successful, working 5, 6, 7 nights a week,
Fantastic.
and we had a great time.
Yeah,
We worked as a trio, so it was easy.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
a really nice
And that's a lucrative.
occasion.
What were kind of venues you were playing?
Working
You know, you
men's
said the
clubs
working men, the
mainly.
clubs. You know,
Yeah.
can you name a few of the places?
The ones round Wigan we did a
Yeah.
lot of, from Goulburn and round
Yeah,
there.
but you can't remember the names.
No. Alan probably can.
Pemberton West Ward.
Pemberton, yeah.
Pemberton, West Ward,
Ward,
yeah.
Yeah, Greenlands.
Yeah, yeah,
And places like that.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it. The clubs round Blackburn, Burnley,
yeah,
Preston, Blackpool.
yeah.
I was lucky enough to play on the pier on the Mike Yarwood show,
Right,
and we played on the pier at Morecambe
yeah.
a couple of times before that disappeared.
It disappeared,
Yeah.
Morecambe. Yeah,
I was in Morecambe this
Aye.
week, and I walked past a place that I forgot about, which was the Tivoli Bar.
Yeah,
We used to play upstairs there,
yeah.
and if we were lucky, we could get on the pier as well
And,
for a
yeah,
late show.
that's right. I mean, walking past these, and you go into these particular little towns and knowing what we know from the past,
Yeah.
and then we'll walk down a street and we'll say,
The memories it
the
brings
memories.
back. are
They all come
phenomenal.
flooding back, don't they? I remember playing at the casino club that was kind of down that street that is now a shopping mall, you know,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of,
No, fantastic memories.
yeah,
And I've got a lot of photographs at home from a lot of the places.
yeah.
Absolutely great.
And what kind of things, you know, what kind of tall tales have you got to tell us about those
Ooh.
towns?
A lot that couldn't be repeated on radio.
What a
That's for
shame.
sure.
What a shame.
No, there's a lot of experiences all musicians have
Yeah,
in the back of vans, sleeping
Yeah.
in vans.
Yeah.
One of the nicest stories I can tell you, and it's perfectly true. We worked in Lancaster one Saturday night. The following night we were in Kirby Stephen.
yeah,
So we all slept in the van.
yeah,
We drove up to Kirby Stephen, slept in the van, and in those days, late 60s, early 70s, there was no McDonald's, anything like that.
there's not,
We get out of the van early morning,
Yeah.
bedraggled. The only shop that was open was the newsagent's.
yeah,
So we go in there, we buy pop, crisps, all the silly
Yeah.
things for breakfast. There
Yeah.
was a farmer, or looked like a farmer, in this shop. And he was asking us why we were there and what we were doing. We said we'd slept in the van and that we were playing in the local club in Kirby Stephen that night. He invited us round to his house. He made us all breakfast and we spent the day with him. And he had a marvellous motorbike collection.
really.
And those are the memories you never, ever
And that
forget.
just out of the blue, you just kind of a bunch of lads
Yep.
dossing down in a van overnight and
yeah.
then meeting somebody and getting that kind of experience out of
Yeah,
it. Where,
we got really well looked after. I'll
Yeah.
never forget it.
Yeah.
When I go up that area, I always look for, for where we stopped.
yeah,
They had this, I don't know, it's like a big conservatory. It wouldn't have been called a conservatory then. Built on the house. There must have been 30 or 40 motorbikes.
yeah, yeah,
And all classics. And
Yeah.
it was just, as a 18, 19-year-old,
Yeah.
phenomenal.
I know.
people too.
So
Yeah.
we were easily impressed those days.
Oh, yeah. If we had enough money to eat and enough money to put fuel in van,
And playing in a band, I mean, let's face it, you playing in a band, you thought you were absolute god, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Didn't we all feel
Superstar.
we were just, it didn't matter whether we were famous or not, that was irrelevant. That was totally irrelevant.
but people still came up, wanted the autographs,
Yeah,
wanted
they did.
pictures. When we played Workington, Whitehaven, Penrith, you were treated really well. They made you meals.
Really?
We got really well looked after.
Yeah.
John Hall, who's passed away, that played with Alan in Blue Star, there were me and John and a couple of other lads. We were treated like royalty.
Yeah, yeah.
Because these village halls and sort of church halls you played at,
Yeah.
you know, they'd only see an act once a month, once every 2 months, so you're treated great.
Absolutely.
And as long as you played the hits of the day, the 60s stuff, and if a new song came out, you learned it, and
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Fantastic
we've got
time.
yeah, fantastic. I mean, and we were discussing just off air there a little bit about yourselves when you played the Cavern last year
Yeah.
for Lanky Cats, didn't you?
Oh, a fantastic experience. Do that again anytime. Absolutely loved it.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind because, well, what we're going to do is remind you of some of that because we've got a kind of a slightly rough recording of you when you were playing down
All our
there.
recordings are
So
rough.
let's have a listen to that, Diane.
Across the wards of Wrightington and Wigan hospitals, playing the best of yesterday and today, 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day. This is your station, Wrightington Hospital Radio.
Fantastic, fantastic. Amazing that it's just kind of a kind of an off the desk type recording. I mean, when I said that, no, I said that the wrong way around, haven't I? It was not on the desk recording at all. It was a little camera that somebody managed to record the sound of that and get a very good recording of it. And we'll play another one later on as well of that. But meanwhile, Sam's brought his guitar, and I'm not quite sure what he's going to be playing. But
We never know what we're going to be playing.
Hey?
We never know what we're going to be
You
playing.
never know.
It's always a
You
mystery.
never know what they're playing. So, take it away.
Well, what we do, we like to do a lot of vocal harmony.
Yeah.
You know? Obviously struggling with sore throats and whatnot in this environment, but are we going to have a go?
Yeah.
We're going to have a go, he said.
Have a go.
I bless the day I found you. I want to stay around you, and so I beg you, let it be me. Don't take this heaven from one. If you must cling to someone now and forever, let it be me.
Nice one. Nice one. Well, let's put you on and get another one together. While we're in the mood and we're
Okay, well,
you know,
one of our we have a jaunty little intro.
Yeah.
If you remember it or not, we're pretty sure nobody else does it.
Right.
Well, I'm the king of the swingers, jungle VIP. I reached the top and I had to stop and that's what bothers me. I wanna be a man cub, wanna stroll right into town. Be just like them other men, I'm tired of mugging around. Oh, whoop-de-doo, I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you, talk like you. You see, it's true. A name like me can learn to be human too. Well, it's a pleasure to be here at Wrightington Hospital Radio with the Diane and Bill, who are stars of the future as well as stars of the past. Well, I'm pretty sure they are. Well, I'm the king of the swingers, jungle VIP. I reached the top and I had to stop there, and that's what bothers me. I wanna be a man, wanna stroll right into town. Be just like them other men, I'm tired of mugging around. Oh, whoop-de-doo, I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you, talk like you. You see, it's true. A name like me can learn to be human too.
It's very appropriate, isn't it? I mean, the Monkey Men singing about the jungle in the Chinese Year of the Monkey.
It is.
Can't get better than that.
Gonna be
can
our
it?
year.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Sam, bring you back in a little bit. What kind of ambitions have you got for the band?
Ambitions for the band. The main ambition we have is whatever we do, apart from getting rid of Zimmer, is to enjoy whatever we do.
Yeah.
We have absolutely no illusions about doing big venues in front of thousands of people, although we will do that because
Yeah.
we just, we're pretty relaxed when we're on stage, as you've probably seen.
Yeah.
We just want to play songs we enjoy that we know the audience will enjoy.
Yeah.
And one of our sort of mantras is, if you don't like the song we're doing, if you hang on a couple of minutes, something completely different is coming along.
Absolutely.
We have an eclectic mix, we do so
yes.
much stuff, everything from Queen to
Yeah.
Elvis Presley. We do a bit of swing, rock and roll, we do Motown, a bit of glam rock.
Yeah.
We try and do a bit of everything.
You really do have a wide repertoire. I've noticed the Monkey Men usually, they've certainly surprised me with the breadth of their particular material.
Yeah.
And also, I can compare you with other bands. That other bands don't quite have that same breadth as you. And of course, you've got the vocal that you can do as well.
Yeah.
So that means again you can spread your little wings. But
Well, this fella's vocal is absolutely phenomenal.
I know, I know.
And I mean, it's another thing I always say: you should never underestimate how lazy I can be. And
yeah,
any particular opportunity, I'll come up with a new song and say, I've got a fantastic song for you.
For Zimmer.
And I try and find songs that he can sing.
Yeah.
And I don't mind trying to put the harmony on it or whatever, but I really, it knocks me out every time he sings, And when he does some of these big, powerful ballads that he does, the Freddie Mercury stuff and whatnot,
That's
I'm knocked over by it. I love singing along with this guy when he's took the lead, because it's that's one of my ambitions.
for him to stay alive as long as possible, so that I can sing more
Well,
songs
that's
with
a
him.
pretty good ambition, that.
Pretty good, isn't it?
And I'll second that.
Brilliant. I'm sure he's got
Yeah.
another 10 months in him.
Yeah, I know. Dave, you're sitting at the back, you tend to be a little bit more serious at the back. And all these two guys, they're absolutely...
Hey, somebody has to try and keep these two
Yeah,
in control.
that's it. Keep them under control.
No,
'Cause
we
they-
enjoy it. I absolutely love it.
They bounce off each other,
yeah,
don't they?
Yeah, they do.
And I can see you sat at the back more often than
Yeah.
not, of course,
Yeah.
as all us drummers
Yeah,
are all
that's
put
it.
at the back. And then you have to watch these two guys, but they're absolute treat to watch.
The
aren't
problem I have is I never know what's coming next.
they? Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't.
We write a programme out and we may as well have
Yeah,
been it.
right. Before you start,
But it's good. It's nice to have that variety.
I think
And
so too.
Alan, luckily, can hit the high notes. We're just doing some Four Seasons
Yeah, yeah,
stuff. So we've got a nice Four Seasons medley now.
fantastic.
So
You're very brave to attempt that because the range of voices on that
Yeah.
is just stunning.
so it's
Yeah.
yeah.
But
We've
good on
played
you.
it a few times now. It's gone down well.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Oh, well,
we will do it at Lanky Cats next time we're there.
Yeah, what a pity you're not there next week.
Yeah,
We
no,
look forward to that.
We're going to be there in body, even
Yeah.
if we're not playing.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to
You-
turn up, support Lanky Cats.
Yeah, you're coming
It's
down
great.
anyway, and
We are,
becoming
definitely.
members of the audience. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Alan, I mean, having heard this drummer sat behind you, keeping an eye on you, how do you feel about somebody who's just kind of there, keeping your eye on him, keeping an eye on you?
Frightens me to death. I'm always wondering whether there's drumsticks about to come and hit me on the back of the
Yeah,
head.
yeah, I know.
We have
I
to
know
be very
the
careful
line.
what we say about drummers.
Yeah.
No, we've been friends for about
Yeah,
30 years
long
now,
time.
so it's...
And it
it's
shows.
okay. Yeah.
It shows.
No.
It's magic to be with them again.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
enjoying ourselves, really.
You really are a fun band without being. I mean, that cheapens a band. I think, say, calling them a fun band because you're not a fun band in the sense that you're very serious about what you do on stage and you do what you do very, very well. But you certainly emanate fun. That's the thing I was trying to say. We've got another track from your repertoire, haven't we? It's again. Not well recorded, but certainly good enough to play here on Hospital Radio Wrightington, and we're delighted to have it. Let's take it away, Diane. Love it, love it, love it. That's superb, superb, superb. I've got a little flyer here that might be interested in. It looks absolutely tremendous here. We've got the platform at Morecambe on Saturday the 26th at 7:30 in the evening. We've got a lineup of superb bands. Now then, if you fancy tripping along to the platform Morecambe, you'll find the original group, the Mersey Beats, if you can remember them. I Think of You, Don't Turn Around, Sorrow, Wishing and Hoping, It's Love That Really Counts. I could go on, but I can't think of any more titles. Supporting them, of course, at the top of the bill, supporting them, Rock and Roll at its Best, the Paul Hayes collection. Well, Paul Hayes is the guy from Cash in the Attic, and he does a mean interpretation of Elvis. He's superb. He just loves Elvis, but he's a lot more than just Elvis. And we have a nice support band again, opening up the show, a great northern group called The Monkey Men. So that's the platform. Morecambe, Saturday 26th at 7:30 a.m. Tickets are £18 and you can include some hot pot supper in that. All inquiries to 01524 850757 or 0773697 79483. Email golly@gantiques.com. That's golly, GOLLY, at gantiques, GANTIQUES.com. Well, it's just enough time for me to say thank you very much, boys, for coming and making my life miserable.
You're welcome.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed it tonight.
Thank you.
So, Alan Blurton, thank you very much.
Sam Blurton as well.
Sam.
Sam Blurton as well. Just me together.
Sounds better, Alan.
Yeah, it does.
Stop it.
Alan Trevelyan, Alan Zimmer
Thank you,
Trevelyan.
Bill.
Yeah, and
Pleasure
David
to be with
Cotton.
you.
Thank you.
Well done, David.
Thank you very much. We'll play you out with a Paul Hayes track now, and we'll see you in about 15 minutes' time.
Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice and say it's very nice and then you run. Little sister, don't you do what your big sister do? Get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged. Get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged. Well, I used to pull your pigtails and bend your turned up nose. You've been growing, baby, it's been showing from your head down to your toe. Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice? Say it's very nice and then you run. Little sister, don't you do what your big sister do? Little sister, don't you do what your big sister do? Little sister, don't you do what your big sister do?
Hello.
Late in a major way, I never been a